You ever look at the more niche soul transposition weapons and just wonder, who in their right mind would transpose for this for over thousands of souls? Like, I'm not getting Yhorm's Great Shield over 20,000 souls. There's two that stick out to me on this list though. The one we're focusing on today is White Dragon Breath. Can you beat the game with only this spell? I guess there's nothing to do but try. We use Cheat Engine to drop it in, as well as level to the minimum intelligence requirements, which is a very high 50. I'm ready for this run to be easy, but quickly raise the difficulty. For now, we have a tutorial to complete. Let's see that damage. Wow, 400 is amazing. It does take quite a bit of time to cast it though. Regardless, we easily take down our boss after 3 casts of our spell. Real quick, consider subscribing if you like the content. It's a great way to show support. I'd really like to make this more than a hobby, and you can always unsubscribe, or just share the video with a friend. There's also a Discord you can join in the description. Sorry about that, back to the video. We encounter the Sword Master next, who despite having no protection, can tank more than Gundyr can. Unfortunately for him, he can't even manage an attack towards me. As a sorcerer, we need Estus, and this tree jump will provide us some. My general rule with Estus as a sorcerer is 1 less Ashen than regular. If not, then they're even, which is a pretty balanced way to look at it to me. We have a mixed time in Highwall, both failing to kill a single enemy and killing 3 at the same time. We start to learn how to free aim this spell, on even elevation at least. If this spell has a weakness, it's heights. Well, other than cast time, distance, what to do if your opponent moves, or isn't low to the ground like Vordt, and is a competent enemy also unlike Vordt. Also, wow, Vordt, you really couldn't even throw out 1 attack before dying. We raise our banner, and are now in the settlement. We get the drop on these 2, who turn out to be horrible practice for the other dogs here. It's so hard to hit these guys, and when we do, it feels like we shouldn't have. We repeatedly hollow ourselves for the 5 levels Yol offers, and continue through the settlement, getting collateral damage whenever we can. There's an Estus shard, a Covenant, and a ton of other goodies before the large oak. We're forced to free aim our spell, and we miss a couple casts before getting the hang of fighting this guy. Cast time is still slow, but that's a good amount of health damage, and with some spell spam, we make it into Phase 2. Phase 2 is quite a few casts long, but we make it there after a long first try. We make a friend, get a good ring, for now, and run through the row of sacrifices to get to our next boss. Despite being magic resistant, and showering me with stupid fucking attacks, when we do hit her, turns out this is one of her spells by the way, it does a shit ton of damage, and all it takes is some clever positioning to 3-cycle this boss. We get nice collateral for an Estus shard, and make some questionable platforming decisions. We then make it to the Deacons. Collateral damage is a given in this fight, and many Deacons go down without us even doing much, leading to the end of this fight. Going into our next boss, I was convinced that this one was going to be difficult. Wow, really? As for the fight itself, the Watchers are fast, so we need to make opportunities ourselves. We do about a quarter of their Phase 1 health bar though, so it's not like this fight feels very difficult, even if we are taking a lot of hits. We make it to Phase 2, and realize we do marginally less damage. It doesn't matter though, and we take the Watchers down in about a minute total. we have another nothing area for our build, and have an easy boss. Repeat this process again for a second time, with another easy area, and another easy boss. Then, our footage cut out, and it started back up halfway through Irithyll, but don't worry, we didn't skip any bosses. We make it to the Distant Manor, and we decide on Yhorm first, for many reasons. The first of which is to kill Ava. We position ourselves such that damage is unavoidable, and outclass our enemy easily. Even if the fight does look close, it's not, and we win. After exploring, because I have no clue where anything in this area is, we grab the Jailbreaker's key, and boost our sorcery with another ring. And now we have one more ring to find before our build is complete. We get a free Estus Shard from this Mimic, which turned out to be the practice for the next reason we're here, the Court Sorcerer's Staff. We take out most of this Mimic's health from an unreachable spot, and kill him no problem. We upgrade our new staff, and find out the last reason we're here, Yhorm. We can't hit Yhorm's head with our spell, so we have to hit his arms for max damage. By the end of our first attempt, we realize we don't have enough mana to kill him, so we simply use all our Ashen Estus Flasks, and take on Yhorm hitless. So I guess we could have had a few heals. It's fine though, that was all first try. And now we can grab the magic clutch ring, and move towards our other Lord of Cinder. Pontiff is not gonna last with this damage, and by cast 3, we're in phase 2. We start to absolutely destroy phase 2 Pontiff, one-shotting his clone, and the fight ends after that. Archers, huh? Ow. Oh, hey Aldrich, do you mind? Yeah, thanks. We're getting closer to the point where you actually get this spell, so who knows, maybe this run will start to be difficult? Nope. But seriously, Dancer was a little tough due to the way she carries herself. If I can't hit her legs, she won't get hit at all. She still dies in 30 seconds though. Next, we watch a statue bleed? Is this thing alive? Is it dead now? I'm getting increasingly concerned. Here's our boss that gives us our only weapon. And ew, why do you look like that?
You ignorant slaves. Finally taken notice, have you? Of the power of my beloved Ocelot, child of dragons. Well, I will not give him up, for he is all that I have.
We have a pretty optimized magic build, even if this guy is magic resistant, we still do normal damage. The cast time gets a bit more annoying the later we get into the game though. We go back and forth, and he even uses my own spell a couple times. His efforts are in vain though. We take out an inferior caster, and get ready for what's bound to be our toughest fight yet. Our damage is normal, but the problem we're expecting with Gundyr is opportunities for damage. And so, in Phase 2, we spend quite a bit of time running away from the boss, waiting for a good attack. We eventually get it though. We get a shortcut, and get ready for a boss that's really gonna be hard this time. Nope. We're back in Irithyll Dungeon, heading to Archdragon Peak. Oh shit. Get me out. Let me out. Please let me out. Get me out! Oh wow, I actually got out. That's crazy. We meditate, and head to our next boss. We plunge. Next question. 1, 2, 3 small obstacles go down before our next boss. As for the boss itself, we have to wait for certain attacks to get damage in. It doesn't end up being a problem with this easy-ass Phase 1. The King's attempts to imitate our spells in Phase 2 are pathetic, and we repeatedly spam him down. Wait, we died? On this run? Damn. It doesn't matter all too much. And we are to our last Lord of Cinder. If you know anything about these two, it's that they're quick, and they're relentless. And so, with the slow cast time, it looks like we finally have a challenge. No matter what, this spell seems to keep us winning. We just have a bit left now, and first up is the DLC. Thankfully, our spell can break the bridge, and we make it to the Grave Tender. We kill the wolves, and notice a flaw with the NPCs. They don't know how to dodge this attack a majority of the time, and it leads to the NPC going down, and with great damage to the wolf, it goes down too. Oh hey, what's in here? Oh hey, Frida. Okay, fuck you then, I hate you. You suck, the worst DLC boss, so annoying and drawn out. We destroy the angels in the Dreg Heap, and leave the Dreg Heap after the Demon Prince? Let's do this. Damage is fine, this boss just has a lot to manage, and eventually we get 1 demon, then 2 down, and prepare for the more difficult Phase 2. The Demon Prince will punish you for any mistake, and absolutely eviscerate your health bar, but after a lot of Estus, and a lot of attacks, he goes down first try. We have an easy time with the Bridge Medir, and have an easy time spamming him down. This DLC is really fond of falling for some reason. You ever notice that? I never really did until now. Medir is like a harder dancer, with really cool attacks that I have to wait out, and wait for Medir's head to lower. And this fight is actually hard, but we make it there. Half-Baked barely lasts 30 seconds, and we make it to Gale. He's a tank as always, but I've played this fight too many times to choke it. So we get to Phase 2, and then Phase 3. And then we win. And now we have the final fight. Soul of Cinder, despite being a horrible boss, isn't that tanky, and 721 damage will do. 2 put us into Phase 2, and although the fight completely changes, it doesn't matter. And then we link the flame.